Alien Queen shocked when her deadliest dragon pet obeys the command of the human mech. Beginning. The battlefield of Vera Prime was nothing but ash and bone. Once, the planet had been a jewel of agriculture and trade, a green world of oceans and open skies. Now it was a charred husk, carved open by war between the Dominion of Vera, ruled by the alien Queen Zithris, and the scattered remnants of Earth's united Terran command. The Dominion had ruled for centuries, their bioengineered beasts ensuring submission of every world they touched. But humanity had resisted harder than most species. They were fragile compared to the Dominion's reptilian warriors, yet unpredictable, reckless, and ingenious. Queen Zithris hated them most of all. Her crown jewel of terror was Vrithos, a dragon forged in the Dominion's oldest war beast genome, taller than buildings, plated with volcanic armor. With wings that blotted the sky, Vrithos had reduced entire cities to rubble. He obeyed no soldier, no general, no priest of the Dominion. Only the Queen herself, whose psionic link was branded into his mind. He was her executioner, her wrath given flesh. No human mech, no tank, no fleet had ever withstood him. And yet, when humanity's last resistance sent a single mech pilot into the heart of her citadel, Zithris laughed. What could a lone Terran possibly do against her empire, against her dragon? The mech that landed was unlike anything her scouts had seen. Black steel and scarlet plating, with runes of circuitry glowing across its limbs. Its pilot was Commander Elias Rourke, a soldier who had already survived 3 campaigns that should have killed him. Rumors whispered that he carried stolen Dominion biotech inside him, spliced into his nervous system. As Elias stood at the gates of her throne city, Queen Zithris appeared in her towering bio-armor, flanked by her royal guard. Above them, Vrithos perched on the obsidian towers, his eyes smoldering with living magma. "You came alone, human," Zithris sneered, her voice carrying through the air like venom. "Do you think you'll slay me with that machine? My pet will tear you apart." Elias raised a mech's blade, its tip catching the reflection of Vrithos' molten eyes. His voice, calm and steady, cut through the static. "I didn't come here to kill you. I came here for him." And at that, something stirred in the great dragon's chest. Middle, the mech known as Aegis, 7 was humanity's last gamble. Unlike the standard mech built from alloys and software, Aegis 7 had been created from a hybrid of Terran engineering and stolen Dominion biotech. The scientists who built it had sacrificed themselves in secret labs, splicing psionic resonance cores into its frame. It wasn't just a weapon, it was alive. And when Elias entered its neural cockpit, he didn't just control the mech, he merged with it. Every movement, every thought became one. His heartbeat was a machine's pulse. Its circuits hummed with his anger, his grief, his determination. The Dominion spies had reported strange tests, whispers of Aegis, 7 resonating with beasts. But Queen Zithris dismissed the rumors as desperation. Now, standing in her citadel, she watched with widening eyes as Vrithos, her most loyal monster, tilted his massive head toward the mech. His wings flexed, and a deep rumble shook the ground. "Vrithos," Zithris commanded, pressing her clawed gauntlet against her temple. Her psionic command struck, like a whip, through the dragon's brain. "Kill him." The dragon's eyes blazed. His chest swelled. A river of fire gathered in his throat. Soldiers fled, scrambling down the broken streets as the heat built to an unbearable crescendo. Elias gripped the mech's controls and whispered, "Hold." And impossibly, Vrithos stopped. His jaws trembled with the fire caught within. The glow flickered out. Smoke drifted from his maw, but he did not unleash it. The Queen's snarl was pure disbelief. "What? No. He is bound to me." Her psionic power lashed harder, trying to drown the dragon's mind in chains. Vrithos roared in pain, but instead of striking the mech, he stepped closer, his colossal claws digging furrows in the earth. He lowered his head until his molten eyes stared directly into Aegis 7's visor. And in that instant, Elias felt it, a connection. The mech's psionic resonance bridged into the dragon's mind. Rage, sorrow, hunger, the memory of centuries of slavery. All of it surged into Elias' skull. The mech shuddered on the flood of alien thoughts. Elias gasped but did not let go. His voice carried through the link. "You don't want to be her weapon anymore." Vrithos' great wings flared. His roar shook the heavens. But it wasn't rage, it was liberation. The chains in his mind cracked and broke. The alien queen screamed. The battle that followed was chaos incarnate. Zithris unleashed her armies. ordering every war beast and soldier to bring Elias down. Towering Dominion juggernauts charged with plasma cannons. Swarms of winged fiends darkened the skies. But Elias wasn't alone anymore. Vrithos turned his fury on his former masters. His wings unleashed hurricanes, his claws shattered fortresses, and his flames incinerated legions. Aegis, 7 fought beside him, blade flashing, rail cannons thundering. The impossible had happened. A human mech and the Queen's deadliest dragon were fighting as one. Together, they carved a path through the Dominion's heartland. Every roar of Vrithos carried across the warfront like a rallying cry. Human resistance fighters, hidden across the planet, rose up with new hope. The Queen, however, was not so easily defeated. She retreated into her palace, into the bioengineered sanctum where her psionic core pulsed. She would not lose her empire to a single human and a traitorous pet. If she could not control Vrithos, she would destroy both him and the mech. She summoned the Oblivion Spire, an ancient Dominion weapon older than her dynasty. Its tendrils of energy cracked reality itself, meant to unravel the minds of titans. Elias felt it before he saw it. A burning lance stabbing into both his and Vrithos' minds, trying to tear them apart. Pain surged like lightning. His mech staggered, and the dragon crashed to his knees, shrieking. Through the haze of agony, Elias gritted his teeth. "Stay with me. Vrithos, stay with me." The dragon's thought screamed across the link. Centuries of torment, chains, blood, but beneath it a glimmer of trust. The bond deepened. The mech circuits blazed brighter, feeding on Elias's will. Together, man and dragon rose. Ending. The final battle came within the throne hall of the Dominion. Queen Zithra stood atop her living dais, her crown of tendrils blazing as the Oblivion Spire pierced through the palace roof. Reality trembled around her. "You are nothing human," she hissed, her voice echoing across 1,000 minds. "You think you won a beast's loyalty? He will burn with you in my fire." Elias and Vrithos burst through the shattered walls. The mech's blade gleamed and the dragon's flames coiled around it, forging a weapon of fire and steel. "Not loyalty," Elias shouted, his voice carrying through mech speakers and into the dragon's roar. "Choice." They struck as one. The fire blade cleaved through the Oblivion Spire, splitting it in two. The weapon shrieked, collapsing in on itself, the psionic storm vanishing in an implosion of black light. Zithra screamed in rage, hurling her own psionic storm at them, but was too late. Vrithos' jaws closed around her throne. The dragon bit down, crushing the dais and the Queen in one devastating strike. Her shriek cut off, her psionic presence snuffed out like a candle. Silence fell. The Dominion's armies faltered, their will severed without their queen. Across Vera Prime, battlefields quieted as beasts turned feral and soldiers dropped their weapons. Elias dismounted from a mech's neural cradle, stumbling onto the scorched stones. Before him loomed Vrithos, scarred and steaming, eyes glowing with fire. The dragon lowered his head, bowing. For the first time in centuries, Vrithos was free. The human resistance arrived hours later to find it impossible. The Dominion citadel shattered, the Queen dead, and a Terran commander standing beside a dragon who no longer served their enemy. Elias looked upon the horizon, where smoke still rose, but the future felt open for the first time in decades. "Then it's settled," he whispered to the dragon. "We rebuild. Together." And as the sons of Vera rose over a broken but hopeful world, the image burned itself into legend. A human mech and the dragon of an alien queen, side by side, not as enemies, but as allies that would change the galaxy forever.